Welcome back, my favorite game developers. In this video we are going to be making the boss take damage. So when we run the game, let's put on Skelly, scroll down, you can see right now that he has a max boss health and a boss current health. So I shoot him once, you'll notice he becomes 4. Why does he become 4? Why does he become angry? Because halfway through his health we are going to make him angry. So when his health is halfway, he gets angry, we shoot him again, we shoot him for the last time. As you can see, he dies and he disappears at the end. So let's not waste any more time and let's get started. Okay, so time to add a bit of health to our boss. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we are going to do is go from angry walking to dying, and we are going to go ahead and create a trigger in here, call it die, and set the conditions in here to die. And then we are going to scroll down, and in here where we are walking to get angry, we are going to add a condition and set it as the get angry trigger. Okay, so with that out of the way, I think that's all that we had to set up before we get started. So I'm going to go inside of the boss script folder and right click and create a new C# script, call it the boss health handler, hit enter, wait for it to compile, and we'll drag it into the Skelly boss. Why are we doing it in here? Well, because dying is, or the boss health handler, or the entire health is part of the whole boss. So it's not specified to a single state, just like we said, it's for the whole boss. And it's going to be pretty simple. First of all, in here I'm going to create a serialized field, which is going to be an integer and the boss max health, and it's going to be equal to 500. And then we are going to create a public current health, and obviously we will change that later on. So boss current health, save that. And then in start we're just going to say that the boss's current health is equal to the boss's max health. Great. So now we need to create a method to allow us to give damage to our boss. So for that, I'm going to issue it to you as a challenge because we've already done this. So make the boss take damage. First of all, you need to create the variable for the max health and the current health. Obviously, I did not prepare properly because I thought that you should have done this on your own. But there you go, an extra step from me. I did it for you. Let's continue on and start set the current health. Extra smart move by me. Then create a method that allows the boss to take damage based on a parameter. Finally, something new for you to do. When the health is half the max health, we need to transition into the dying animation. Oops, did I say dying? I meant to say, wait for the magic of editing. Hey, welcome back. So create a method that allows the boss to take damage. When health is half the max health, transition into the angry animation. So you know what to do. When the health is at 0, transition to the dying animation, and finally destroy the boss using an event system. So with all of that information, pause the video right now, don't make any mistakes like me, and go ahead and do the challenge. Okay, welcome back. How did you get on with that? So in here I'm going to create a public void take damage with an integer, the amount of damage. This is all pretty basic. I believe you already know how to do everything. So in here I'm going to say that the boss's current health is minus equal the amount of damage. Then I'm going to say if the boss's current health is less than or equal to the max boss max health divided by 2. So this means we are halfway into his health. Then we are going to get component the animator thank you. And we are going to set the trigger, and we are going to get angry. So let's go into our animator and let's copy the get angry back in here, paste it right here. There we go. So now we get angry, and then we are going to go ahead and say if the boss current health is less than or equal to 0, then we are going to go ahead and do the same in here, but instead of get angry, we are going to die. Excellent. So die. So now we are going to create a method to die. So in here I'm going to say void destroy destroy the boss, and we are simply going to go ahead and destroy the game object. And where should we be calling this? Let's make this one public, just in case, so we can access it from the event system. Where is the event system? If I click on the Skelly, we go to the animations, we die. What do we have in here? Let's see in the scenes. There we go. So we have this puddle of I don't know, bone blood or something, and we should make this one a bit red, obviously. And maybe at this point, just keep it a couple of seconds, and then we are going to add an event system, or maybe, you know what, let's move it to second 2. And in here, we destroy the boss. So in the die animation, we die, and then we destroy the boss. Excellent. Save all of that. Let's see what else do we have. Oh, so obviously we need to also trigger that take damage. Where do we call that take damage? Well, if we go into the player health bullet, if I open this up and find the player, did I say player health bullet? I meant the player bullet controller. In here we are going to check if we have the enemy, then we are going to damage the enemy. Let's see, do we have a layer for the boss? We don't have a layer for the boss, so let's go ahead and edit the layers, create a boss layer, or you can create a boss tag. That's also something we can do. Or maybe we do have a boss tag. Nope, we don't have a boss tag, so let's go ahead and edit, create a, where's the tags? Boss tag. There we go. So now if we go in here, so now this is the perfect example for you to understand the difference between a tag and a layer. So remember where, okay, so I don't even remember, maybe in the spikes in here, I told you that we can avoid using the compare tag player. We can immediately say that spikes are some kind of damage layer, so they are on the, do we have anything, or pickups or anything, for example the pickups. So we can avoid using the tag to compare it to the player, for example, to make sure that only the player carries it. So only the player can interact with the pickups through layers. We don't need to check for a compare tag on the on trigger enter. Remember I talked about this, but now in the player bullet controller we can say that the bullet only interacts with the boss, but that is not enough because we want to also check else if there is a collision dot compare tag with a boss, then we need to call a totally different component or totally different component. So back in here, let's see, is the Skelly boss. Oh, so we didn't create the tag sorting layer. No. Why do we have 2 sorting layers for the boss? The tag, please. So boss, copy that. So now we have, nope, sorry, we need to set the boss tag. There we go, we save that. Now back in our game, we check for the boss, and if it is the boss, then we are going to go ahead and get the collision dot get component, the boss health handler, and from here we are going to take damage, and it's going to be the bullet speed, nope, the damage amount. So damage amount, save that, now we have everything set up. So I'm really happy that this came up. This is a way for you to demonstrate. We could have said that we have a bullet layer, a player bullet layer, and it only interacts with the boss and the enemy. But if we hit an enemy, the boss isn't just any enemy, he is also a boss health handler. So we'll need to access the health on the boss. If we try to use this one, it will not work, it will cause an error. So with that out of the way, save that. You can also, let's go ahead and copy these two lines and we can set them in here. So obviously this is redundant code, so what we can do is right click in here, quick actions and refactoring, and we can say create blood effect, extract the method, call it instantiate blood effect. And did I write instantiate correctly? Instantiate. Yep, there we go. Apply the changes, and in here we are going to instantiate the blood effect. Save that. So now back in our game, this should be working perfectly. So if I click on the Skelly boss, scroll down, and the boss max health, let's make it 20. No, not 20, maybe 40, just so we can see the transitions properly. We run the game. So now the boss comes up, we shoot him once, and I don't want to maximize on play. Run again. We shoot the boss. Where is he? So we shoot the boss. Let's scroll down. What is his health? Current health. Why is the bullet so such a noob bullet? And okay, so this error is nothing. Also, because the pistol has some kind of 2 damage. Okay, so I'm going to make this 4 instead of 40. You know what? Let's make it 8. Run the game. This pistol is very poor, so we shoot it once. There we go. We scroll down. It's at 6. We shoot it twice. There we go. We can see that he gets angry, and now he starts running much faster. So we shoot him again. We shoot him for the last time, and there we go. He goes into the puddle and he dies. But there is something a bit wrong that I did not like. You might have not seen it because I didn't do it, but when we shoot him once, shoot him twice, he is getting angry. I can still shoot him, and there you go. You can see that he still gets shot and dies immediately after he transitions to the walking. So in the next video, we are going to make sure that he is invincible while he is getting angry. And just for the sake of remembering, I'm going to add a comment in here and make, you know what, let's immediately write if getting angry, this should not work. And this is just a demonstration of how sometimes you might want to add something in the future. Just so you don't forget it, add a comment, make sure it works. I hope you enjoyed. This was a really nice video. It taught us the important lesson of the difference between tags and layers, because sometimes it's hard a bit to explain, but this was the perfect place to learn it. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are committing your changes, and I'll see you in the next one.